Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield here in Las Vegas at the Riviera, one of the most legendary and loved casinos, with a new show called Men the Experience, which is going down a storm. Ladies just love AJ. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm delicious, but I'm not as good as you. I see somebody like you, I already feel clinically obese and deeply unattractive. You have got everything. If I could be you for just one day, this must be magical.
You know, it's a lot of fun. Truly blessed to have what I have here at Men the Experience. I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
It must be cool because, let's face it, nobody is paying to see me on any stage where it involves me taking my clothes off. And at this show, we get to see you dance, perform, be a personality, and be loved. Can you sum up that feeling? What is that like?
You know, I have to say it's probably one of the best feelings in the world. Every night coming into work, I look forward to performing in front of the ladies. The crew we have here is awesome. We're all really good friends, so it's kind of like hanging out with your best friends while hanging out with a bunch of really nice ladies and being able to dance on stage, and then at the end of the night knowing that you gave an audience a great time.
Do you wonder why you sometimes? I mean, what's interesting about this town is there's an attractive person on every corner. There's a guy with muscles on every corner, but they're not in these shows. What made you stick out that they chose you to front it and be the star of the show?
Well, there's a lot more than looking good. That's, you know, a part of it. But I think the biggest part of it, you have to be a showman. You have to know how to dance. You have to know how to entertain. If you're an MC, you have to know how to talk. So the looks is just one small percentage of the whole.
And again, you've got to feel it. I mean, I can't be sexy. There's nothing sexy about me. There's nothing entertaining about me in that way. I can stand and tell jokes and people will put up with it. You know how to move. I kind of feel it's a bit like when I interviewed Andrea Bocelli and said, will you ever train? You can't, but you've either got that rhythm or you haven't.
You can hone your skills. You can have coaches to help bring out your skills. But from what I've seen, yeah, you either have it or you don't have it, and whether I have it or not, I don't know, but I'm having fun doing it.
Exactly. And what's great about this show is all the guys are like true American boys. They're not trying to be something they're not. You know what I'm saying? This is about something real, not something pretend.
That is deliberate. We really try to be ourselves on stage. We try to be ourselves around the girls, and I think the ladies appreciate that. They want something real. They want something tangible. And I think being that way, being more humble, being more down to earth, being that boy next door just plays into the fantasy even more. And it's just a better show altogether.
I have to say, I poked my head around the door when I was here the other day to see the reaction, and I couldn't stay. The screaming is so loud, and these rooms are the most full, actually. What is interesting, the male reviews are more busy than any other show in Las Vegas. It's fascinating. There's clearly a market for this, but they go crazy. It's not like when the guys go and see the girls. They sit there politely, and they clap at the end of the routines. Your girls are literally out of their minds, aren't they, by the end of it?
Yeah, they're pretty much screaming from the second the curtains open till the end when the curtains close. They're screaming the whole time. And I do think girls are generally more wild at the shows, but at the same point, this show is designed to bring that out of them, to let them know right at the beginning, this is what's expected from you. Make lots of noise, scream a lot, get into it, and have the time of your life.
And this isn't some subtle production. It's loud, it's in your face, the lighting is incredible, and it's audience participation led. If they don't join in, you ain't got a show.
That's correct. It is really, there's probably about 3 or 4 acts where we bring up girls on stage. So yes, you're correct. In fact, right in the beginning, sometimes the first girl's a little nervous to come on stage. But there's been times where everyone was kind of being a little nervous, and I'll just sit there on stage and say, well, we can't continue till I get a volunteer. And then before you know it, we get a volunteer. And after that, after the first one goes up, then everybody wants to come up because they see what a great time it is on stage.
What's annoying about your performance is not only are you hot for the girls, not only can you dance for the girls, but then you're this funny guy as well that they all like and want to take home. I suppose you've got the full package really, which is the reason they hired you. Was there a point when you woke up and thought, I'm actually living the dream? It can't get much better than this. I'm sort of fronting this show. Every night I've got girls screaming at me, and I'm good at what I do, and I'm still here.
You know, you got to keep it all in perspective, but yes, I truly feel blessed to be able to do the show here at Men the Experience at the Riviera. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, every night I go home, and when I say my prayers at night, I thank God for everything that I have here in Las Vegas.
Can you imagine how miserable it must be having my face? Do you have any empathy sympathy whatsoever.
Oh, come on. You're a good-looking guy. You got a great personality. I think you would do just fine on stage.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be paying me to take my clothes off. They certainly would be leaving very quick. Your day leading up to this, I mean, you're fit and you're obviously physically appealing, and that takes work in this town. I mean, there's buffets on every corner. You can easily put on 500 pounds in a couple of 3 months. You're going to get sacked if you do that. How tough is your day? What is your regime?
You know, it's funny, being that we're doing so many shows here with Men the Experience at the Riviera, really what it comes down to is we're getting so much cardio that my diet's not as strict as you may think it is. There are times that I do diet for photo shoots and stuff like that, but pretty much my regime every day, I like to, before I get the show in, I like to be able to get to the gym, I like to stretch really good before the show, and I like to get a really good meal in before the show as well, and that way I have plenty of energy for the ladies that night.
Are you the protein guy or the carbs guy? What do you do, or do you just do everything?
You know, I always try to get my protein in, but I love carbs, so yeah, I definitely carb up on a daily basis.
I love carbs, but they don't like me. I don't look like you. I eat carbs all day, and that's why I'm 400 pounds.
Well, try doing 75 minutes of cardio a day. You'll see the weight just fly off. In fact, sometimes it's hard to keep the weight on.
Is the show the hardest part of your day in terms of your workout? I mean, going to the gym's one thing, but actually you've got to give such intensity for that 90 minutes. How tough is it?
It's actually very difficult. It took practice to be able to do this show and still keep my breath. I had to get in better shape to be able to get through this show and, you know, as an MC, not be out of breath and have that good breath control that you're able, you know, that you need to have and able to sound good on stage.
How did you know you'd have the confidence to host this show? It's a risk. It's very vulnerable when you put yourself up there. Being attractive is one thing, but you've got to say something. How long did it take you to become natural at that and feel comfortable?
Well, you do enough shows and you become very comfortable and you become very certain of your skills on stage. And at the end of the night, I just try to have fun. If you try to have fun, the ladies will have fun with you. If you're worried about how you're doing, how you're sounding, that's always going to be your shortcoming. But if you go out there, you give 100%, you smile, you're into it, and you genuinely are having fun on stage, the audience will genuinely have fun with you and the show.
Talking of shortcomings, we should answer the question that everybody wants to know. How naked do you get in this show?
Well, we do, of course, no frontal or anything like that, but there's a couple shots where we do a quick bare butt shot with the lights done just right and the curtain closes so they get a glimpse of that. But we try to keep it a show that appeals to everybody. We try to make everything pretty much PG-13 so that it's fun for a girl that's 21, it's fun to a gal that's 95, and it doesn't offend anyone, but it's just a good, light, fun time.
And again, there's really nothing you wouldn't see by the pool. It's just how you're pulling it off. This isn't some sex show or anything like that. I always try and explain to people outside of Vegas, if you're coming here, this isn't Amsterdam. These are production shows that are rehearsed. This isn't some cheap production.
That's correct. Everything is strategically planned, and yes, it is a production. It isn't a show where you're going to watch if you're getting married and feel, ooh, that was a dirty show. Not at all. You walk away saying, wow, it's not what I expected. And a lot of girls say, wow, this was the most fun I've had of my entire Vegas trip, and it's amazing to be able to have a part in that.
And again, you get the odd couples in as well. That's always fascinating to me. It's not awkward.
You know, it's not. The couples are really cool. We're couples friendly here. And it's funny, the guys a lot of time are screaming too. They want to get their girl on stage. At the end when we do pictures, they want to do pictures too with us. They'll take their shirt off and pose with us, and everyone gets a laugh. And they're actually really supportive, which is cool. And we appreciate that, definitely.
I'm coming to the end of my trip now, and I'm in work for another month back in Britain, and I'm a freelance entertainer. I am available from about August. Now, in terms of auditioning for this show, for example, could a ginger person ever be in Men the Experience? People don't like gingers. Is that true?
No, I don't agree with that. Now that I think of it, though, I haven't seen any redheaded complexion.
There you go.
But listen, maybe we need that. In fact, I think we need that. I say we give you a try. Let's get you on stage, teach you some 8 counts, and then we'll go from there.
No, I don't think so. You know what they say, a rusty roof equals a damp basement. So I think we'll leave it there. AJ, really nice meeting you. You are a huge personality, and you go on stage and you do this show. How many times a week?
Well, we're doing it 5 days a week now. So we're basically looking at Wednesday through Sunday. And the show starts at 7 p.m. here at the Riviera. Name of the show, Men the Experience. And I encourage all the ladies from all over the world to come check out the show because we'd love to have you here and we'd love to entertain you.
Good to see you. Thank you, AJ.
Thank you very much.